Alrighty, mic check 1, 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen. It is PacLives live coming back at you. I hope you got a snack, got a drink. Hope you're comfortable. I got a pretty good one. Hopefully it's long. I don't know how long it is, but it should be around at least an hour. Got some videos you may have seen, you may not have seen. There's a whole hour's worth of them. We're gonna check them out together. If you'll be so kind and join me. But tonight we'll talk about some alleged advanced technologies, certain celebrities, if you think they could be in with the nefarious. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Let me share this real quick, like. All right, guys. So the first thing I'm going to touch on is the. If I don't know if you've heard about them. I don't know if I don't think I dragged a picture in. I should have dragged a picture in. But they're in the thumbnail, and they're two fellas named the Island Boys. So I got brothers. So when I first saw this, man, I didn't see the weird stuff. I just saw them having with their arms around each other. One of them looked like he's about to kiss his other brother on the cheek or something. And you know what, man? I was fooled, because in that moment I thought, wow, man, these brothers obviously love each other, man. You know, I didn't think nothing weird at the time, of course. This is what the world needs. You know, we need some brotherly love, man. These guys, I thought, and then, of course, I found out some more. And these brothers are actually incestuous, allegedly, doing weird stuff. It went way further than kissing. So, I was just going to pose the question to the great folks out there. Do you think this could be some sort of MK Ultra programming coming out? Could they be synthetic, robotoid, or slash clones? You know, either or. You know what I'm saying? However that works. Or are they just two weird dudes from an island? Apparently, I don't know, guys. Are they really from an island? Let me guess. They lied about that too. Ooh, internet. You know, internet talent. You get me mad lying. And then we're going to talk about, of course, you guys know one of our favorite subjects. Who knows if he's ever heard of us or seen any of our videos. If he has, he probably hates us. What's good, you know, rightfully so, Mr. Chappelle. But we're going to show you a couple videos about one of my favorite comedians of all time, used to be anyways. Dave Chappelle, if he's been, you think, you know, what's happened to him? Why does he look so different? You know, and the thing we like to point out is, we know people change, you know, especially in their early years. You ever see a kid, there's been many a times a kid, you know, was chubby in high school or grade school or whatever, and they, you know, someone told them, you know, they were fat or something motivated them. Well, I'm talking about myself. Someone made fun of you one time or something, you didn't feel good about it. So you went out and you started watching what you ate, you know, you weren't overweight anymore, let's just say that. And so we have a special place in our heart for those fatties out there who, I'm just kidding, chubby people. It's a joke, guys. People don't understand jokes nowadays. They think, okay. Anyways, after that, we're going to look at also, I think there's a video or two in here about old Taylor Swift. Did you guys know Taylor Swift, if I read it right, had the most successful tour of any white female ever in the history of Earth? You go, girl. You know, she's showing out on them Caucasians. She can't be touched. She can't be touched on the Caucasian side. Who else? Eminem, he can't be touched. You know, there's just some really, we're joking around about the racial stuff, guys. I love you. I'm joking around. But anyways, check out some of these videos and let me know what you think. I have to preface this whole video because I don't know. I don't think any of the videos in here got me in trouble, but hopefully not. They should have been, filtered through or whatever. But panned out, the ones that are really bad. But I have to let everyone know that until proof is brought forward, these are all just speculation and rumors and whatnot, and should be treated as entertainment. There's some people who, I guess they're anonymous, some people mostly, but they send crazy messages to celebrities and other people after they watch, and then, so I'll let you guys know that it's all love, and these are all just like, entertainment videos. We hope none of our favorite celebrities are cloned. Wouldn't it be horrible if Gwen Stefani or Eminem really was cloned, man? If it went that deep and somehow you found out or something? That'd be a sad day, and then they told you the real one, he's in a shed somewhere, in a cage under it, and you're like, what? I must save the original, and you go on some crazy quest. But wouldn't that, it kind of hurt your heart, like, wow, the real Taylor Swift is okay. But that's all just, hearsay and conjecture. So, like I said, until proof is brought forward, but let me know what you guys think, though. That's really what matters. What about these island boys? I call them the island weirdos. Who's with me? Pound it. If you're with me on that one, okay. And then Dave Chappelle, Taylor Swift, and many more celebrities, guys. Adriana Grande, Pete Davidson. Who else, guys? What's that one lady's name? She looks Russian, but she's American. What's her name? Oh, Scarlett Johansson. Yup. All kind of celebrities, guys. Margot Robbie. All these celebrities. So you check these videos out and let me know what you think. This is kind of like the intro, I think. I took part of it and put it on Celeb Clones 2023, which is a new upload. So check that out if you haven't. But most of these videos are new. I think part of that might be taken from there, so don't get mad at me, please, okay? I'm trying hard, guys. I'm trying hard to bring you content, please. Please, forgive me. No? Okay, whatever, man. Anyway, check this out, guys, and we'll be right back. I love you. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to come in the chat and put a poll up. Do you think cloning is happening to Hollywood celebrities or something like that? And then throughout the whole hour and a half, 2 hours, however long this goes, you guys can answer what you think. Yes or no, And let me know, because we're all just asking questions, innocent questions. We're not trying to hurt no one's feelings. I'm sorry, Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. Kim Kardashians, I'm not really sorry, but Kim Kardashians, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. Let me clear it up. Kim Kardashians, because the other ones I guess I'm sorry, but Kim Kardashians, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but I meant what I said. Does that make any sense, guys? Does anybody? Okay. Anyways, let me put this poll up. We're going to watch his videos. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah. So these are some old videos mixed with new. Old and new. You guys know. Old and no? You don't like that? Sorry. Okay. Start a poll. Let's start a poll, guys. Do you think cloning technology has been used on humans in secret or at a government facility? You be judged, guys. I'm not out here making judgments for you. You do it. Don't do it for me. Okay. No, but here's the question, guys. Before we go watch these videos, these marathon of cloning videos, a lot of people like those on the channel, so I had to take a bunch of them down. A lot of them are probably going to be, you'll be seeing them. They're like, hey, if you go look for them on the channel, like, that's not there anymore. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to, give you guys new content that you want. But the question was, do you think cloning technology has been used on humans in secret or at a government facility? So that's the $10,000 question, guys. Alrighty, let me see how everything looks. Does everything look okay? Alright, you want me to turn the super light on? I can. I apologize. I know the views have went down since the super light, you know. And so even though she's on the super light, she's on the what do they call that, guys? The frisk. She's on the frisk. I'm gonna risk it for you guys because I love you so much. Did you know that? Hey, you right there watching old PacLives. Did you know I love you? I know there's a lot of hate in the world today, but I wanted to let you know that your viewership means a lot to me, man. I had some teachers who were mean to me, and just like 50 Cent said, uh, the dropout who earns more than his teachers. So, in your face, teachers, and I want to thank the viewer, you. Viewers like turned on me. What? Well, you're a cocky a-hole. I don't want to help you now. You know what? Because now I'm like, what? Okay, guys, let me know. We're gonna watch some videos, and if any time, at any point, you're like, oh, whoa, hold up, PacLives, you know. I don't know if I don't think there's an Island Boys video, but if you know there was, you saw, oh man, what, you know, and oh, PacLives is just showing you the unedited Island Boys going at it hardcore, you know, and you're like, what, PacLives? Why are you doing that? PacLives doesn't even know, you know, but I just feel compelled to show you guys everything I can show you. That's why, you know, and they label me some kind of, I'm the bad guy, you know. I'm just like Tony Montana said. You need people like me. You point and you say, there's the bad guy. There's the bad guy. Here's the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. You need people like me. So you can point your fingers and say, there's the bad guy. He's the one we should be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yup. So anyways, guys, let's watch these videos, see who's cloned and who's not cloned. This is all alleged unless we get some proof. If somebody can sneak into a clone center and get a clone of Kim Kardashian or something, that's we gonna show that on you. We gonna, man, look at this, guys. But until then, you guys just look at all the hard work, all the Photoshop, uh, After Effects, Premiere Pro, guys. I think I had some Adobe InDesign in there too. You know what I'm saying? I just got sick with it. I was using programs. I got you know, GarageBand. I got, what's that other one I got? I got all kind of programs, guys, and they're all used on this one. So I don't want you guys to know, even though I'm just a poor kid from Oklahoma, please believe I know about video production, sir. And you guys know this is the much time and money and effort that could possibly be put in these videos. So you guys know you in for, you know, you in for grade A experience. Okay, we professionals over here. I don't care how much anybody hates on us. Yeah, I get mad, but guess what? I get sad, and then I get glad, and then I get mad again. It's a cycle, guys. It's a vicious cycle. I don't even, you know, I went to the doctor, and he was like, you might have some issues, Stan. I said, shut up, doctor. My name's not Stan. My name is Alex. And I ran out crying. We're kidding the great folks. Watch these cloning videos. Let me know what you think. Is there some validity to it? Or is old PacLives, he's just way off base and he needs to shut down the channel? Because if you guys give me the word, you want this channel shut down, and I'm hurting feelings, I'll do it. I'll do it, man. We're not about that, man. Get out of here with that. We're about unification. Unification. Love. Okay? Mainly women's love and me. That's the kind of love. But other love too, you know, like brotherly love and stuff. Not like Island Boys love. Those guys are weird. Alright guys, check these videos out. We'll come back. Old PacLives will be right back in just a few moments. And I apologize for any technical difficulties, okay? That's YouTube's fault. YouTube, knock it off, huh guys? It's right into YouTube. And we're just kidding, guys. I'm not a pest. That was a joke. It's a pest joke, guys. Pretending to be a pest. Okay. Here's the video. Check this out. We're going to watch many together, okay? Don't you ever question me, dude. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Joking around. We're just having fun. Check these out, though, for real. We'll be right back in a few moments. I love you. Celebrity Clones 2023. Senator Bill Frist, August 2nd, 2022. 25 years after my house call to Dolly. What have we learned about cloning, and how did we learn it? 25 years ago, the scientific breakthrough of mammalian cloning marked a monumental moment in medicine and science. Anticipating the collision it would have making it medicine, I, the only physician scientist in the U.S. Senate at the time, journeyed to the University of Edinburgh in Scotland to personally visit Sir Ian Wilmot at his research lab at the Roslin Institute. Professor Wilmot, just months before, in 1996, had cloned a sheep from an adult somatic cell, shocking the world. This was the first successful attempt of its kind. All over the world, people were wondering, would we be cloning a human next? We talked science, we talked ethics, and we talked about his creation's potential impact on altering the course of human history. I also met and examined the cloned sheep Dolly in her stall. Dolly, named after Tennessee's own Dolly Parton, was a finished Dorset sheep cloned from a single adult mammary gland cell. Her creation, birth, and short life were scientific feats that immediately sparked global concern and discourse on the increasingly complex moral and ethical dilemma posed by a sudden discovery of life-manipulating science. Wilmot and colleagues published their achievement in February '97, having kept Dolly secret for 7 months. We as a society were quickly forced to answer difficult, probing questions. A few months later, on the Senate floor, I borrowed a question that the Washington Post editorial board had posed a few years before. Is there a line that should not be crossed, even for scientific or other gain? And if so, where is it? Alright, and the story continues. And I wanted to show you guys that this has been in the news for a long time. The morality, the ethics to it, because everyone knows the science is there. Alright, thank you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Wesley J. Smith, February 8th, 2023. Harvesting clones to live forever would be monstrous. Transhumanists believe that technology will allow them to live forever, or at least indefinitely, in the corporal world. One scheme by which they think they might accomplish this goal is to create clones of themselves and then scavenge those clones' bodies for parts to be transplanted. This idea was just featured in the Daily Mail. Regardless of the huge strides scientists have made towards reaching the elusive goal, immortality remains a pipe dream. But one researcher in the anti-aging field believed we could get there, or at least extend human lives beyond the current biological boundaries without any miracle pill or injection. Dr. Alex Zavarikov, head of biotech company In Silico Medicine, says human clones could offer the answer to eternal life. Theoretically, the sci-fi concept of growing bodies in labs would provide people with spare vital organs when theirs begin to fail in order to extend their life. Be very clear, this proposal is not only immoral, it is monstrous. Why? Human cloning would create human beings asexually, meaning cloning for body parts would be to create slaves and treat them merely as harvestable crops. The somatic cell nuclear transfer technique being discussed in the story is the same process that made Dolly the sheep. This is how it is done. An egg cell's nucleus is removed. Next, the nucleus of the person to be cloned is removed from a skin cell and placed where the egg's nucleus used to be. The modified egg would then be stimulated, and if the cloning took, a new human embryo would come into being. This has already been accomplished in humans, although the resulting embryos were destroyed after 2 weeks. From that point, it would develop in the same way as an embryo that comes into existence through fertilization does. In other words, the clone of the person seeking to live forever would be fully human. Adding to the immortality, these clones would presumably be gestated in artificial wombs, which would require repeated experimentation on living human embryos and fetuses to perfect. Wrong, wrong, wrong. This dystopian proposal has already been depicted in several science fiction novels and films. Indeed, it almost perfectly mimics a plot point in the Dune novels, in which women are rendered permanently unconscious so that their uteruses can be used as axolotl tanks for gestating. Dr. Alex Zakharov, head of in silico medicine and the subject of the Daily Mail article, says, "Cloning, in my opinion, is the only way to make a dramatic leap in life extension and turn longevity into an engineering problem. Scientists would need to develop a way of successfully cloning humans and disabling their cognitive functions so they could only be used for organs," he noted. Of course, Zakharov's lab is in China, the land where medical and other ethics might go to die. Alright, so let me know what you guys think.
Jack Osbourne, U.S. government is covering up the truth about UFOs. September 6, 2022. The reality TV star and UFO enthusiast spoke out about the topic ahead of his latest show. Osbourne, who has long held an interest in the UFO phenomenon, spoke to interviewers ahead of the release of his latest television outing, Jack Osbourne's Night of Terror, UFOs. Unsurprisingly, he doesn't believe that the U.S. government has revealed everything it knows on the topic and maintains that there has been an ongoing cover-up to conceal the truth from the general public that has only recently started to be lifted following recent developments. "I just think we're in the middle of a staggered disclosure," he told TMZ. "The government knows exactly what this is and they're just kind of putting it out in dribs and drabs and kind of giving us scraps from the table to not hit us with the hard news right away. I don't think there's people in Congress going, there's 350 million idiots, we know it all and they don't, although that probably does happen a lot, just on different subjects. I think they have a greater understanding of what we are encountering and I don't think it's all the same thing." On the topic of who might actually be in the know, Osbourne believes that U.S. presidents may only be privy to a relatively small amount of information concerning the topic. "But if you think about it, you're only president for 8 years if you're lucky, so I don't think they give them the full keys to the kingdom," he said. "In my mind, the people who are going to know this stuff are the generals or the CEOs of these contracting companies. Like Raytheon, the aerospace and defense firm, these people who are in these positions for 20 years, not a president who's going to be gone in 8 years, that's the way I kind of see it."
Iridescent cloud over China sparks conspiracy theories. September 12, 2022. An explanation for this remarkable meteorological phenomenon was shared online by NASA, but not everyone was convinced. Resembling a bright multicolored halo of iridescence nestled in a formation of dark clouds, it's not difficult to see why this impressive spectacle has been drawing quite a bit of attention on social media. It was spotted over China's Yunnan province back on September 6. An image of the phenomenon captured by Jiaqi Sun was shared on Facebook as NASA's astronomy picture of the day. Behind this darker cloud is a pileous iridescent cloud, a group of water droplets that have a uniformly similar size and so together diffract different colors of sunlight by different amounts, NASA wrote. The formation of a rare pileus cloud capping a common cumulus cloud is an indication that the lower cloud is expanding upward and might well develop into a storm. While this would seem to put the matter to bed, several social media users commented on the picture to claim that there was something suspicious about such a perfect, and unusual, cloud formation. This led to a flurry to conspiracy theories, with some arguing that the cloud was a UFO, while others believed it to be evidence of secret government testing or geoengineering projects. Suffice to say, however, that NASA's explanation for the spectacle is more likely.
Ukraine's astronomers report that they have been seeing UFOs everywhere. September 14, 2022. An ongoing research effort to observe and document UAPs over Ukraine has reportedly turned up quite a lot of sightings. The study, which is being conducted by astronomers from the Main Astronomical Observatory, MAO, of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine, has been using two meteor stations situated in Kyiv and Vinarivka village to scour the heavens for anything strange or unusual. Given that Ukraine is a war zone, it is perhaps not unexpected that there should be a lot of planes, drones and other aerial vehicles frequenting the skies over the country, but as it turns out, the researchers have been documenting a significant number of objects whose nature is not clear. The paper's authors describe two categories of UAP, cosmics, which are very luminous objects brighter than the sky, and phantoms, very dark objects that appear black against the sky. These objects were detected numerous times, often in groups of several at a time. The researchers also recorded some of them moving at considerable speeds. Flights of single, group and squadrons of the ships were detected, moving at speeds from 3 to 15 degrees per second, they wrote. Some bright objects exhibit regular brightness variability in the range of 10 to 20 Hz. Two side observations of UAPs at a base of 120 km with two synchronized cameras allowed the detection of a variable object, at an altitude of 1,170 km. It flashes for 1/100th of a second at an average of 20 Hz. Phantoms are observed in the troposphere at distances to 10 to 12 km. We estimate their size from 3 to 12 meters and speeds up to 15 km per second. The report has led to speculation that some of these objects are being operated by foreign powers such as China and could be secretive black projects that nobody currently knows anything about. Given events in Ukraine, it is not outside the realms of possibility that China could be operating such vehicles there. It's also possible that these are secretive vehicles operated by the US. Whatever the case, it seems to have Ukraine's researchers quite intrigued.
Ukrainian astronomers have observed unidentified flying objects, UFOs, filling the skies of Kyiv. According to astronomers, the UFOs have been detected from 2 meteor observation stations. One in Kyiv and another in the nearby village of Vinarivka. However, U.S. intelligence agencies said these flying objects are too fleeting to identify. And pointed to the use of aircraft and drones being used in the ongoing Ukraine war. Until now, the reports have not yet been reviewed in the study. So, astronomers have no idea what all it is.
Many have noticed older celebrities that have had drastic changes in appearance. Could this be due to plastic surgery, a good workout plan, or something more nefarious? Could celebrities and politicians use replicas or doubles? Is there a place that can create these multiples? Cloneaid.com. You be the judge.
Alright, folks, so I hope you enjoyed those. We're going to check the live poll. Z-Bell, how you doing, beautiful Z? We're going to check the live poll. Don't be hating on me, guys. I'm just reporting the live poll. I'm just reporting the alleged clones walking around here. Like I said, we don't know. You know? It's all entertainment, man. Alright, let's go check that poll. Don't you ever in your life judge me, dude. First off. Secondly, thank you for being here. Anyone who ever. I'm just kidding, guys. I just pretend to be a jerk. Ask Tracy. I'm good at it. Get her mad like no one's business. She's like, oh, man, why would you say that? You know, and it's like, calm down. I'm just joking around. Why don't you get to know humor, you know? But I'm just being a jerk, so she's right. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, and I'm not afraid to admit when I'm right. When I'm right on the money, ladies and gentlemen. I don't talk about. Anyways, let me be clear. Barack Obama approves of this message. Okay, let's check that poll and see some comments. How you doing, Z-Bell? Beautiful Z-Bell. Z-Bell says, thanks, Pac. You're extremely gifted and talented. Oh, you're a sweetheart. Underrated. That's why I would say that, Z. You know, not to be, you know, on one, you know, or feeling myself too hard, you know, as they say, Z-Bell. But that's true. True facts, guys. True fact number 1079er79er69er. Zeroer. Sevener. Whatever, man. You're a sweetheart, Z-Bell. Thank you for being so nice. Let's keep on moving. Let's keep on trucking in the free world while we're still free, huh, Z-Bell? Politicians out here trying to bring back you know, trying to make the Fifth Reich or something. You know, get out of here with all that Reich. If loving you is Reich, I don't want to be Reich. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say about it. Don't ever come at me with that, is what I would say, Z-Bell, but no offense. We're kidding. Much offense intended to everyone. No, I'm just joking around. Let me come in there and check on this whole poll. And then we're going to continue watching more videos, guys. What do you think? Like a fella commented recently, what was it on the celebrities who look like Hollywood adult film stars or something? He says to me, I've never seen so many people who look so similar. I took that as a compliment. You guys know how many hours, how many pictures I had to grab screenshots of and then repurpose them because you can't use pictures just outright or you'll get a copyright. Someone will take your, so you got to make them new. I did that for you guys, Z-Bell and everyone. I want you to know, man. No, get off me. I know I'm getting emotional. I'm passionate. Anyways, guys, I was snacking. What are you eating, Z-Bell? You snacking? You drinking and you snacking? Because it's dying on me. I'm sorry for that. But guys, guess what I had? I had some Cheez-Its over here. Got a little, you know, ate about 7 handfuls of those. Little stick of those, you know. You eat one family-sized box, you know. So I moved on to aminal crackers, guys. Z-Bell, who else members feeding aminal crackers to your little babies when they're little babies running around? Dad, in you. Here, little, but they came in little boxes. Here, little baby, take this little box of aminal crackers. And the little baby, you know, they don't know any better. They're like, aminal crackers? And it takes them a minute to open the box. That's a 30, 40-minute, hour-long adventure you just gave to your child. And all parents who know, like me, will know that. They've done that for their kids. Oh, you want to go outside? Eat some aminal crackers and sit on the couch and be quiet. I'm joking, Z. I'm not a meanie. And then G says, yes, I'm eating tuna packs. I love tuna snack. But oh, yeah, they sell those. They sell those over there at the stores over here. They used to be like 50 cents, didn't they, Z? Maybe I'm remembering wrong. But now they're like over $1, and I don't like that, dog. I get mad about that because it's like, it's the same, you know, it's the same slice, dog. Why you charging me, you know, Why you charging me more? It just feels like someone's, being like really heavy-handed. They're like, well, you gonna pay this? Oh, you like Spam single slices? And I'll pay $1, guys. Spam, a single slice of Spam, you can put that, you can fry that up. It's good. That's worth $1 to me, dude. Maybe I'm wrong. But now they're charging over $1 for ones like, come on, Spam Corporation and the Tuna Company Corporation. Y'all's not, who is it, Sunkist Tuna or something? Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all out here trying to hurt the little man. How about we play a game called Help the Little Man? No, they don't want to play that. They're getting me mad. Anyways, guys, I was eating some M&M crackers. I remember watching that show. There's a movie, Z-Bell, and it had that one alleged, one of allegedly the first people who had to experience cloning allegedly in Hollywood. Shirley Temple. Someone should ask her about cloning and advanced technology and the Illuminati. That'd be a good interview. But anyways, Shirley Temple, little shows. My daughter used to watch them every now and then. And I remember I'd walk in, and every time I walked in, I heard the song, and it goes, M&M crackers in my soup, monkeys and rabbits, loop to loop. I remember that, and it's every time, man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's get back to those videos. Oh, did I ever see the audience reaction? Okay. 5 votes with 100%. Do you think cloning technology has been used on humans in secret or at a government facility? 5 votes say yes, 100%. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm trying to close her up. She don't want to close up. And then Z-Bell says, I still eat baby food just to stay in shape. Ellen, wow, does it work? I try baby food when I'm my babies, Well, I didn't have them. My wife had them, Z-Bell. And it was funny because I tell people how after 2 babies, my wife was like, because my wife was wanting to have 4 or 5 kids with me, just like I wanted, I want a whole army of babies, That way when I die and I'm old, hopefully I get to live, Lord, please let me live to be old. I'll be in an old deathbed and I'll be like, I'm about to go, and I'll have just like 20, 30, kids. They all got my big eyes, my big wide-eyed look. And they'll be like, it's okay, Daddy, you're not alone. But I only had a couple kids, and then my old lady, she was like, it's hard having kids. And then, you know what I'm saying? And I told her, I said, you need to buck up. You need to toughen up. Because it's all fun for me. I don't know what you're complaining about. Get you pregnant, and then 9 months later there's a baby here. That's fun, guys. Why is she complaining, Z? Why is she trying to ruin our marriage, Z? Can't you just have my babies? That's a joke. That's a misogynistical joke, Z-Bell. We don't advocate for that. And I was just joking around. I'm sorry, ladies, and anyone else out there who may have even just been a tiny little bit offended. That's bull. We don't play that, man. And that was a joke. I hope you know. Man, I'm mad at myself for pranking myself. You know what they say? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And I'm sorry, folks. I didn't check myself quantifiably enough before I was almost riggedy wrecked. And you don't want that ever on a live stream. That's forever, Z. That's forever. Anyways, moving on. I'm going to come in every now and then, Z-Bell, and just interrupt the flow of the videos because I'm a jerk like that. But I wanted to see what everyone thought. 100% say yes. You guys vote. Z, maybe you already voted. Everyone out there, I love you. Leave your comment. Tell PacLives you love him or you hate him. Okay? If you hate him, I can't help it, guys. Z-Bell and other great mods, they're probably going to hide you off the channel. So you might want to keep that on the DL. That's not, and I'm not going to hide you off the channel unless you start talking bad about my personal family member of mine. And then, yeah, dude. Who are you? Why are you stalking me? No one's supposed to know that. Why are you using it as a weapon? Huh, Z-Bell? That's cowardly. Don't use my family's information as a weapon on the internet. Try to hurt me. Because it's not going to hurt me. Nobody's going to come after me. People come at you, dude. That's what I said to him, and he was like, what? Anyways, guys, what am I talking about? I love you guys. It's all love. I forget what I just said. That's all alleged. Check these videos out. We'll be right back. See how I start giving crazy eyes there, Z? We'll be right back. It got serial. It got super serial. Did you guys sense that? Did everyone feel that in the room? That's the power of love. It can get serious and, hey, serious. And now we're cool again. We can joke around now, but don't you get serious on me. Anyways. Watch these videos, guys. I love you. We'll be right back.
Demi Lovato has a double, and here's what we know about the Colombian influencer. There is a Colombian influencer walking around with Demi Lovato's face. Okay, we might be exaggerating a little bit, but let's say that there is for sure a Colombian influencer who looks a lot like Demi Lovato. Honestly, in some pictures it's hard to tell that it's not Demi, that's how much they look alike. The influencer in question goes by Yinith Online or Yinith Colombiana, and no, she does not work as a Demi Lovato impersonator, although she totally could. Let's take a look at some pictures of this Demi Lovato doppelganger from Instagram. Could this Demi Lovato look-alike be a DNA clone? Could this be a case of the elite and their designer babies, aka DNA replicas, in the real world again, as some have alleged? Could this be the work of Clonaid.com? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Thanks for watching.
Dwayne Johnson reacts to viral lookalike police officer. Wow. Even Dwayne Johnson is surprised. The 49-year-old Jungle Cruise star agreed that he is also impressed by the uncanny resemblance to a doppelganger from Alabama. OS. Wow, Johnson tweeted Monday, reposting a side-by-side photo of himself and Patrol Lieutenant Eric Fields of the Morgan County Sheriff's Office, which has gone viral online with over 13,500 likes. Both buff, bald men flashed an easy smile in aviator sunglasses in the images. The look-alike connection first hit the internet with a Facebook post from the MCSO 2 weeks ago, when a local man asked another law enforcement officer to meet the deputy that people say looks like The Rock. Do you think this police officer could be a DNA clone of The Rock? Could he have the same genetic makeup? Or is he just a similar-looking person? Let me know what you think in the comments section.
Does this 20-year-old girl look like Gal Gadot? Tanya Duty has been told she looks like the Wonder Woman star for years now. Tanya just turned 20 last May and completed a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship. Is she just a similar-looking person, or could she an unknowing part of a secret program to create multiple people from the same DNA? You be the judge.
Some think a new Cardi B look-alike on TikTok named Sophia or Costco Barty B could be a DNA replica. Let's take a look at a story about it. Here's the video clip that went viral of her impersonation of the rapper/stripper Cardi B.
Once upon a time, and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch who nigga wanna fuck us in my
Could this really be a clone of Cardi B? Or do they just happen to look alike? You be the judge.
For years upon years, people have been disappearing from national parks under incredibly suspicious circumstances. Author David PacLives, a former cop, has painstakingly investigated this bizarre phenomenon for over 9 years. His book, Missing 411, is a series which chronicles incidents which seem to defy all logic. Hundreds of unusual missing persons cases have been analyzed and share odd similarities. Frequently, the victims' bodies are never recovered. Other times, they are found dead in puzzling spots. Thousands of strange vanishings have occurred, and only a handful of individuals have any memories intact. One such example is the extraordinary case of a young California boy. On October 1st, 2010, 3.5-year-old John Doe and his relatives were camping by a popular fly fishing location near Mount Shasta. Around 6 p.m., the child's parents realized their son had suddenly gone missing. According to Mr. Doe, his child was there 1 second and gone the next. They scoured the area he had last been seen in, panic-stricken. After hours of searching, the little boy still had not been found. Now desperate, the distraught father decided to call police deputies and the U.S. Forest Service officials. Rescue personnel combed the forest well into the night, yet there was no sign of the child. 5 hours after the toddler John had disappeared, authorities found him laid down on a brush directly next to a trail that they had previously searched. He appeared to be in a daze, semi-conscious. Mr. and Mrs. Doe attributed this to exhaustion. Medical staff gave full clearance, so the reunited family were permitted to return home. Everyone's lives quickly went back to normal, yet only a few weeks later the small boy would share a disturbing tale about his terrifying ordeal with his grandma. Soon after, John's grandmother Kathy, who is called Cappy, was playing with her grandson. Suddenly he looked towards her and he said that he didn't like the other grandma, Cappy. Confused, she asked him what exactly he meant. John explained that while he was lost in the woods, he had been taken deep inside a mountainside cave by a woman he thought was his grandma, Cappy. She looked just like her. He explained that she led him into a cool, dark, spider-infested room filled with humanoid robots that didn't move. As the toddler faced his grandparent, he noticed an eerie light radiating from her head, as if she wasn't human. In this moment, he realized it was not his real grandma. Cappy firmly instructed the boy to defecate on a piece of paper in the cave. When he refused, she became increasingly agitated and kept requesting him to do so. Eventually, the grandma look-alike moved on to a different topic. Allegedly, she informed John that he had been planted in his mother's womb and was actually from outer space. Shortly after this extraordinary account, she took the boy back outside to a thicket and advised him to wait there for help. Upon hearing this disturbing story, Grandma Cappy called her son and demanded to know what he was allowing her grandchild to watch on television. Mr. Doe lamented that he had heard an identical recollection only a few days prior. Initially, the two chalked it up to an overactive imagination. Yet the more Grandma Cappy thought about it, the more John's story perplexed her. Even more chilling was the idea that she might have a doppelganger or humanoid clone assuming her identity in order to abduct innocent victims. With those particular thoughts in mind, Kathy decided to share an experience she had of her own a year before around the same spot to where John Doe's ordeal occurred. In the morning, she had awoke face down in dirt. Somehow she had been inexplicably removed from the sleeping bag she was sleeping in and her tent and transferred a short distance away. Upon waking, she felt an intense pain at the base of her neck and found a puncture wound that was red and inflamed at the base of her neck. Another friend who accompanied her on the excursion suffered a matching affliction. The pair originally attributed these injuries to a possible spider bite, but could they have been pricked with a needle for their DNA instead? Moving on, both Kathy and her travel companion became violently ill. In fact, she was so sick that she could not even muster the strength to pack her things. Her mind raced as she desperately tried to recall what happened mere hours ago. The only thing she could remember was glowing red eyes. While she was drifting into slumber, she remembered seeing glowing red eyes staring at her through the darkness. At the time, she assumed they were produced by a herd of deer. Following this traumatizing outing, Kathy felt completely drained. Several months would pass before she felt like her old self again. Admittingly, Grandma Cappy would have dismissed her episode had John not come forward with his first-hand encounter. Legends of lore pertaining to Mount Shasta have existed throughout the centuries. Indigenous people chronicled a fallen race of prehistoric giants that were said to inhabit the region. Others claim beings known as Lemurians use local caves as entrances to an underground crystalline city called Telos. Some allege a large energetic vortex is present within the territory. In modern times, there are many UFO and Bigfoot sightings reported each year. Each year, 26,000 visitors flock to this revered mountain from countries across the globe. There has been an alarmingly high number of curious missing persons cases within this picturesque terrain. While John Doe's incident seems unbelievable, it's important to consider the odd history and happenings afflicting the area. Some believe this has to do with aliens and UFOs, while others assume there must be some sort of advanced technology used. But could this all wrap into the cloning of humans and robotoid humans? I personally believe that's what it sounds like in this story. But let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching my video.
Many celebrities, entertainers, athletes, musicians, models, writers, producers, actors, all kinds of people from various industries are silently brought to the cloning centers for pay-to-play sessions. They ask me to pass the message on to you, and that you would have to look for the signs and symbols in their media in order to see their hinting at these events. The situation is heavily controlled using advanced monitoring technology and brainwave EEG cloning technology. This is technology that can read the brain and determine what the mind is anticipating or speculating upon. Their reputations are used as leverage as well as their safety and comfort. Deep underground military bases, 3 miles below the surface, are used as laboratory centers as well as a completely stocked underground city base. These are connected with high-speed electromagnetic drive pods. Individuals are transferred to the brain through an extensive cloning and temporal body transfer process. The electromagnetic shell of consciousness within the brain is relocated to the body of a compatible clone, and various training, conditioning, programming, experimentation, or pay-to-play experiences take place. These bases were also used hand-in-hand with military operations which were geared towards discovering and controlling all aspects of the human mind. Experiments involved genetic engineering to produce soldiers, psychics, hybrids, and others that would be able to carry out operations. This leans towards Me Labs and the military factions experiments which go beyond the basics of cloning. Soon, cloning was offered as a way to avoid assassination as well as to prolong and protect the original body in daily life. After that, celebrities and politicians were replaced with programmed clones who could carry out the orders of the Nazi faction. This was the beginning. The groups utilizing this technology now are no longer confined to the Nazi faction. The groups you see today, in control of these operations, are considered Me Labs, secret societies, think tanks, military factions, and other control groups. Celebrities at the cloning center would like you to see what is really going on behind the scenes, which involves trauma-based mind control, heavy technological programming and complex layers of influence throughout their life. Share this information with those you feel are ready to know, and help humanity come to terms with our journey here, and what is going on in these kinds of experiments, and take responsibility and power for our own existence.
As far as, underground bases and disclosure and people in ET craft, so not all the craft that we see, well, in my perspective, I would say not all of the craft that we see are ET. Everybody looks up and there's something there. They just saw somebody, a craft tailing Air Force One. I think most of you probably seen that. Okay, well, how do you know that wasn't some part of the shadow military either offering protection or, or maybe doing something different otherwise? People instantly say ET. Well, it could be the military as well. To give a bit of full disclosure here is that a large portion of these bases were cut out of the timeline. So as of now, from our perspective, they closed, basically these cloning stations closed 1 to 2 years ago, if not a little bit more. In that it would look like now, from all intents and purposes, that it would look like a dream. That some people may have memories, but most people will not have memories of them unless they're specifically given the memories, because it's essentially from a parallel reality, and that we've been basically time jumping, and we're in a transitory timeline here, and this kind of ties into the Mandela effect and things like that. And the way we were told it is that it's the Mandela effect, because that's how the devices look that operate and change this effect, and that's how a person's consciousness looks if you could take your consciousness and turn it into a holographic representation or produce a device that would function as your consciousness does. It looks like a mandala. which is also where these mandalas came from earlier on, which ties into a whole bunch more. But and so they're not really blowing up the bases or anything like that, but they're supposed to be basically, it's a format for removing them from the timeline. And it's very strange. It has to do with time wars. It's almost inconceivable unless you've been there. It's really weird playing, a game with your memory and your mind. But that's what these groups are doing to try and preserve the timeline, the civilization of humanity. And other groups are, you can almost even say the other groups aren't really trying to hurt anyone. They're just so intent on feeding themselves. And the deception is so great within them that they're blind to the fact that they're even doing anything so disruptive as, wiping out a timeline and converting it into a parallel slave race in one reality versus a type of, not a paradise, but a much better environment in another reality where those alterations don't exist.
Could your favorite celebrity have been created from the DNA of someone from history? Could there have been multiples made? You be the judge.
You be the judge.
Different types of human cloning: therapeutic cloning and reproductive cloning. Therapeutic cloning involves creating a cloned embryo for the sole purpose of producing embryonic stem cells with the same DNA as the donor cell. These stem cells can be used in experiments aimed at understanding disease and developing new treatments for disease. Reproductive cloning is defined as the deliberate production of genetically identical individuals. Each newly produced individual is a clone of the original. Monozygotic, identical twins are natural clones. Thus, cells from two clones have the same DNA and the same genes in their nuclei.
Name your price in the beginning. If it ever gets more expensive than the price you name, get out of there. Thus, Africa. Everybody laughs at me, but just get your Africa tickets ready, baby. We have no idea. Martin Lawrence is the guy that showed everybody you can make it from D.C. to Hollywood. I love it. You know, when we did Blue Street, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, oh my God, Martin, are you okay? And he said, I got the best sleep I ever got in my life. That's how tough he is. So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take her clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
A lot of people believe Martin Lawrence has been replaced, especially die-hard fans. After waving a gun around in Hollywood, screaming, they're out to get me, many people worried about Martin Lawrence and his mental health. Could he really be the center of a nefarious Hollywood plot to fool the masses with a DNA duplicate? Dave Chappelle himself talked about Martin Lawrence being a target of the Illuminati in no uncertain terms. And recently, when Dave Chappelle did his transformation into a buff muscle man, Dave Chappelle's own cousin came out on an interview and said Dave Chappelle and Martin Lawrence had been cloned and replaced with DNA duplicates. Let's listen to Dave Chappelle talk about it right here.
Martin Lawrence is the guy that showed everybody you can make it from D.C. to Hollywood. And I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something, it made me feel inspired and really good. And he was always real nice to me. He'd sit me down, what's going on with you, baby boy? What? We'd talk about comedy, whatever. And, you know, when we did Blue Street, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, oh my God, Martin, are you okay? And he said, I got the best sleep I ever got in my life. That's how tough he is. So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me? Yeah. What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take her clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
Could celebrities being replaced with DNA duplicates be a reality, or is it just a thing of nightmares? Recently, Martin Lawrence was on the Steve Harvey Show, which I can't believe Martin was on the Steve Harvey Show after what Steve Harvey said about Flint, Michigan, but whatever. That's another reason that makes me think this isn't the real Martin. But Martin was recently on the Steve Harvey Show. Now let's look at some footage. Let me know if you think this is the real Martin Lawrence or if this is a DNA duplicate. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you think Martin Lawrence was replaced with a DNA duplicate? Do you think Dave Chappelle was replaced with a DNA duplicate? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching the video. Much love.
Fact check: does video show Putin's double fighting on Ukraine frontline? By Gerard Kainga. October 13, 2022. A video on social media has begun circulating which appears to show Russian President Vladimir Putin speaking to a person behind the camera while wearing a Russian soldier's uniform. The video has recently garnered more than 80,000 views since being posted on October 12 on Twitter. Some immediately dismissed it as a fake video, including the Twitter user who posted the video, while others were skeptical of Putin's desire to personally take part in his special military operation. With many conflicts in the modern age, fakes, doctored videos and out-of-context clips can quickly spread on social media. And increasingly, deepfake technology is becoming yet another powerful tool in the misinformation agents' arsenals. Twitter user LailaBaku1996 posted the video, accompanying it with a joking caption. Putin's double in the army. Awfoo, if you take him prisoner, do not celebrate. It's not him. The Twitter user wrote. Some social media users speculated the video was a deepfake alteration of the original footage. Others questioned whether Putin himself or a look-alike may have popped up on the Ukraine front lines. The video is indeed a deepfake, with Vladimir Putin's face superimposed on a Russian soldier. In the video the recruit is asked in Russian, "Why is the 83rd Brigade so underfed?" The soldier in the video then says, in what appears to be a fairly convincing impression of Putin's voice and notoriously demagogic style, "You know, Sergei, I've addressed this issue before and will say it again. If we only look at the 83rd Brigade, we are not seeing the full picture across the Russian airborne forces." While the person speaking may appear to have Putin's voice and face, the line where Putin's facial features were clearly overlaid on top of another face is quite visible in a close-up, as is typically the case with poor-quality deepfakes. In addition to this, the soldier's physical features and frame do not match that of the Russian president. More importantly, as Newsweek discovered, the video has also been circulating on social media well before Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, further dismissing the idea that Putin or a lookalike could be on the front lines in Ukraine now. The same video was posted on January 19, 2021 on Facebook. Several versions of the deepfake are available on YouTube and VK. The Russian social media platform, though the original clip that they reference appears to have been removed from the platform. Furthermore, Newsweek has been able to establish the original clip which was used to construct the deepfake. Further predating the Facebook clip, it is also available on the video sharing website Veo. In this clip, we can see the real faces of the person who is indeed impersonating Putin, thus making it more effective to superimpose the deepfake graphics with the Russian president's face. Thought the end result is still, as many have pointed out, not entirely convincing. As Newsweek has reported in the past, deepfake technology allows, among other things, to swap one person's face for another's. This is often done so people can be shown doing or saying things they didn't say or do. Making these videos is also relatively easy and can be done using free software.
Top Iranian official warns Obama could be a clone. The Minister of Defense of the Islamic Republic of Iran has revealed yesterday that he was in possession of documents containing undeniable proof that United States President Barack Hussein Obama had taken part in a top-secret military cloning facility program. This story was published on August 17, 2016 and was scrubbed off the internet shortly after. But what do you believe?
Pentagon files reveal UFO radiation burns and unexpected pregnancies. April 6, 2022.
A cache of 1,500 declassified documents has revealed a wide range of symptoms from UFO experiencers. The files, which were obtained through a Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) request, contain records collected by the government's secretive Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program (AATIP). The request was filed by UK tabloid The Sun, and took over 4 years to be fulfilled. According to the paper, the files include dozens of reports on the biological effects and injuries experienced by individuals who had encountered UFOs, or anomalous vehicles. Among these 300 cases were instances of unexplained radiation burns caused by some form of energy-related propulsion system. Individuals believed to have strayed too close to the anomalous vehicles also suffered from brain damage, nerve damage, headaches and heart palpitations. One report, which looked into UFO sightings collected by MUFON, recorded additional symptoms ranging from paralysis to unexpected pregnancy. There were also references to telepathic communication, alien abduction, levitation and teleportation. It concluded that there was evidence to support a hypothesis that some advanced systems are already deployed, and opaque to full U.S. understandings. Source: Live Science.
Do you think you've been a victim of extraterrestrial visitors? If so, did you experience any of the side effects that were listed here? Let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching. Tom DeLonge films UFO off California coast. The co-founder of the To the Stars group reported that he had witnessed something unusual on Tuesday night. As one of the founders of an organization that claims to have been working to independently verify the exotic properties of alleged alien metamaterials, DeLonge is certainly no stranger to UFOs. On March 31st, however, he had his own first-hand encounter with an unidentified flying object. Quote, "So last night I get a text from somebody that there was a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, right off of the beach where I live," unquote, he wrote. "I grabbed Marie, jumped in my truck and went straight down to the beach. We were the only ones on the beach last night as this light disappeared, reappeared, broke into 3 pieces and stacked vertically with one little red dot flying around the top, and then disappeared for the rest of the evening." DeLonge managed to capture footage, although it's hard to make out any details. This video doesn't show much, but we were up quite late watching the light dance about a half a mile to a mile off the beach, he wrote. "It was huge, and it was fiery orange. Lou Elizondo checked immediately. There were no lights in the area except one that I had my eyes on the entire time. No military, no boats, and a bunch of hovering lights that were stacked on top of each other. Wild. Who knows? Could this have been an alien craft? Let's check the videotape, and you be the judge."
Triangular UFO caught on doorbell camera in England. November 13, 2021. 43-year-old Matt Dowdy from Hertfordshire couldn't believe his eyes when he watched the footage back. Dowdy, along with his friend, had been sitting at home watching football on TV when he received an alert on his phone from his doorbell camera to tell him that someone was outside. When he played back the footage, he expected to see a person standing on his doorstep, but was surprised to discover that the camera had instead been triggered by something in the sky. Let's take a look at the doorbell cam footage and you be the judge.
Illuminati is a card game made by Steve Jackson Games in 1982. The game has ominous secret societies competing with each other to control the world through various means, including legal, illegal, and even mystical. This game is rumored to have predicted 9/11, Trump, and even the pandemic.
Clone a Ranger's card. Gives +4 on any attempt to control a personality by replacing them with a clone. Clone card. This card permits you to play from your hand a personality which duplicates one who has been assassinated. New World Order. Interesting times card. Things are getting so weird that not even the secret masters are sure what's going on, unfortunately. This makes them grumpy, and they tend to argue a lot, slam doors, and destroy small nations.
Frankenfood card. It's got genes from a firefly, a French fry, a tomato, and a Toyota. Genetic manipulation creates a tangy taste treat with a special side effect.
Could this political correctness card be a foreshadow of the real so-called cancel culture? The Conspiracy Theorists card, prized by the Illuminati. Gold from seawater. This Midas Mill card actually did predict the extraction of gold from seawater years before it was thought possible, but what do you believe?
Some believe this epidemic card is warning about the 2020 pandemic. Head in a jar card. This was even before the animated series Futurama had celebrity heads in jars. Odd. Could this be a hint about advanced technology in the future as some have claimed? Plague of Demons card. Many point to this card as to why the political landscape is so corrupted. Could it be true? Could this charismatic leader card be referring to Donald Trump as some have said? Also, the Hillary Clinton card seems ominous as well. This Hollywood card seems to point to the fact that Hollywood has been known to hypnotize certain people, like a spell. Could these cards really be predictive programming like some have claimed? Many have said this is eerily similar to what happened on the 9/11 tragedy in New York in 2001, but what do you believe?
Whatever you believe, the Illuminati, New World Order card game continues to attract conspiracy theorists 27 years after its launch for its apparently uncanny ability to foretell the future. Is the proof in the pictures? Or is this all just a big coincidence? Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.